What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of On Air with Cowboys Nation. I am your co-host, King Dre for the win, alongside Fame ENT. A little bit about myself. I'm a big Battlefield player. I play Hardline. I play the Battlefield 4 series. You know, all that good stuff. Make sure if you haven't checked out our last episodes to go ahead and check them out. You can find them all on the official WeGameHere.com. All right, Fame, go ahead, introduce yourself.
All right, man. You guys, especially guys who actually been watching the podcast every week, man. You guys pretty much know us by now. Big time Cowboys fan. We give you guys this raw news from a raw perspective from real Cowboy fans. You're not gonna get no bullshit from us. It's straight talk from us. Make sure you guys check out the website, the official WeGameHere.com. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys share and subscribe. Get this podcast out there. Our view count is going up every week. It's getting better and better. We just recently did a live show on King Dre's channel, and I think it's the most views we've had so far. So make sure you guys keep checking out the shows, man. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, so I know you got all the topics in hand while I was getting my bruises.
Yeah, I really want to start off with the Michael Irvin thing, man. Michael Irvin, you guys don't. I mean, if you're a Cowboy fan, if you know what Michael Irvin is, go shoot yourself. He recently went on a Philadelphia radio show. I want to say it's the fan out there in Philadelphia, and he went on and he was just talking down, man. Basically, without DeMarco Murray, what the Eagles have DeMarco Murray. According to Michael Irvin, they are the front runners of the division. They're going to win the division because of DeMarco Murray. Now, DeMarco Murray is a good running back. He's not a great running back. He's a good running back who plays behind the best offensive line. So, I mean, to say that just because DeMarco Murray went to the Philadelphia Eagles, who doesn't have an offensive line like ours, and say they would win the division because of that singular move is absolutely asinine. And I think Michael Irvin is just he's too caught up. He was too caught up in probably being too cool with DeMarco Murray. He probably has some type of relationship with him. But I think he got caught up in his feelings, and I bet right now he's looking at himself like, shit. You know, what was I thinking? Why would I go against my team like that over a running back who's not going to go down as greatest of all time? He won't be in the Hall of Fame. DeMarco Murray is a good running back at best.
Right. You say he was on Philadelphia, the fan, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess he probably just said that so he could get back home. He wanted to be able. That I guess the show was in Philadelphia then.
Yeah.
So.
He called in to the Philadelphia radio station.
Yeah. So I guess he was just trying to give some hope to the Philadelphia hopefuls and whatnot, trying to convince them that they really did get something. But DeMarco Murray isn't Adrian Peterson. So let me put that in perspective. When you look at Adrian Peterson on the Vikings, he's basically doing it by himself. And DeMarco Murray on the Cowboys, he did not do it by himself. He has a O-line. He has a top 5 quarterback, in my opinion, behind there. He also has Des Bryant on the outside. You got Witten. You got a lot of playmakers on that team that all help each other out. So to feel like DeMarco Murray, it was like the only reason why we won 12 games, why we did advance and win another playoff game, that's very drastic in a sense to say. And the Eagles got a lot of issues to work out themselves. They got Sam Bradford. He never played a whole 16-game season. You also got I think they got somebody on the O-line, somebody else, I forgot. And they still got things to work out. They still got to gel. As far as the Cowboys, the O-line is already gelled. The quarterback's the same. The wide receivers are the same. Tight ends are the same. Defense is getting quicker and younger. So yeah, that was pretty drastic for him to say. And now, since he put his foot in his mouth this early, he's gonna have to keep it there the whole season, I guess. Can't come back home to the Cowboys now talking about, well, I was just saying that early in the season.
Yeah,
So
you can't back off now. If you're gonna have an asinine ass statement like that, I mean, you just stick with the whole season. So if Philly goes 6-10, I don't want to hear him, holler about, oh, I always love the Cowboys. No, you might love the Cowboys, but you made an asinine ass statement. Now you got to stick with it.
for real.
But to move on, kind of latch on to something you said and move on about our offensive line, about things staying the same offensive line.
Sure.
Everyone knows we got Lyle Collins, 3 years, $1.6 million. As cheap as it get. I mean, dude should have been a first round pick. So we saved about $8 to $9 million, on this guy. And this guy can go to almost every team in the NFL right now and start at tackle.
Right.
But it looks like, for everything I'm reading, everything I'm hearing, he's projected as a guard here in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he beats out Leary day one. I don't think they're going to just hand it to Lyle Collins, the starting spot. And don't get me wrong, Leary's he's a phenomenal left guard, but his last year of his contract, I don't see them really giving him big money because you got to give big money to Zach and Frederick pretty soon. I don't see them giving big money to Leary, and now you got Lyle Collins on a 3-year cheap deal. I see Lyle Collins beating Leary out, and our offensive line becoming that much better. I mean, do you think they're going to hand Lyle Collins that starting left guard position, or you think it's something that's going to happen, by the end of the preseason?
Well, but honestly, what is the rush to get Lyle Collins into the O-line anyway? Because what I'm seeing, I'm getting the sense from shows I hear, and I understand this guy Lyle Collins is a big pickup to get him undrafted for cheap, and he is projected to be a first round pick. He has the talent. How it relates in the NFL is a different story. But Larry, I didn't see any really troubling things in his in his game. For Lyle to come in and take over, it's not like it's a necessity. Like there was upfront pressure in Romo's face every possession where we need to have a young guy with talent to come in there and solidify the O-line. I felt like Lyle still can learn from these guys are veterans, and they have a system. So I mean,
there's a precedent that's been set though. I mean, Frederick day one starting, right. Zach Martin day one starting,
right.
Tyler Smith day one starting. The biggest issue with Leary is he's not as strong. I mean, like I say, he is a good offensive lineman, but there's a lot of times where you just see him get just pushed back. I mean, he though he is a good offensive lineman, he is the worst of our offensive linemen. If you could upgrade that position, I mean, even though he's good, if you can get someone that's better, and you already set a precedence that you can put a young offensive lineman and start him day one, and he will be a Pro Bowler. We got 3 of them who started day one. They're Pro Bowlers off the top. So I mean, the precedence has been set.
But at that time, we was rebuilding because Romo was always on his back. So these guys to come in to start was a necessity, and these guys now is like even though, like I said, I didn't see any drastic games or plays where Leary was on the ground and the guys just running through the line or something, and but I mean, I definitely won't hate or mind if Lyle come in and Romo has all day back there to pick apart a defense. But I'm just saying, like, for Lyle to come in right now, to start right now, is to me, it's not really a necessity. But we did get him for cheap for 3 years.
If he outplays him,
If he outplays him, then
the best five has to start, regardless of, if he now, like I said, if he comes in and it's just obvious to everybody that this is the better player, you have to play him. You have to.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna see some of this in either training camp and then in the preseason. I just don't want Lyle to come in there and just be off or just missing a sign. I just don't want to see that for him. He's going to be labeled a bust, and like his career would always be hindered by that, just like how Romo came in to take a field goal field goal snap, and the ball slips out his hand, and he's forever known as a choke artist for any little thing that another quarterback couldn't do. Romo gets magnified 10 times more because of slippery football against Seattle, which could have took us to the next round. But if Lyle is great, if he comes in, does his thing, and do his thing, then. But again, on top of that, I just thought about it. He's supposed to projected to replace Doug Free later on, ain't he?
Yeah, he can play guard and tackle. He's projected as a better guard right now. He's projected as a better NFL guard than an NFL tackle right now. So I don't see him coming in and beating out Doug Free. I mean, tackle is it's the most difficult position on the offensive line. I mean, you have to deal with the best pass rushers in the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him coming in and beating out Doug Free just because of that. Doug Free's experience, and Doug Free is actually he's a good tackle. I can see what I see. Exactly, they have money wrapped up in Doug Free. But what I see happening is he'll start off at guard, and then maybe for the first year or two, and then when Doug Free's contract, I don't want to say last year's contract is like $5 to $6 million, somewhere around that range. I mean, if you're ready to move on and I pay him that money, you can just push him out, and then you can just swing Lyle Collins over to that right tackle, and then around that time it's time to draft another guard. But I mean, he's projected to be a tackle, just not right now. He has position flex, and that's one thing about our offensive line. Our offensive line has position flex. We know Frederick can play center and guard. We know Martin. Remember last year, people thought Martin was going to be replacing Doug Free, but he ended up putting him at guard. Same situation with Lyle Collins. They're going to replace Doug Free. Now let's put him at guard. Pro Bowl first year. So I mean, it's position flex. He can play tackle. He can play guard. Martin can play tackle, guard. It depends on what happens next 2 years. They're going to draft another lineman, whether it's a tackle or guard. And if it's a guard, you can plug him into one of those two spots, which most likely be Lyle Collins and not Zach Martin. Plug him in there and move Collins to the outside. Or if Lyle Collins comes in day one and is a Pro Bowler like Zach Martin, you keep him there and you go out and you draft the best right tackle available in that upcoming draft. You don't go out and sign a free agent. You do what you continue to do, and you build the greatest offensive line of all time, spanning over the next 10 to 15 years.
So they're just going to ignore Chaz Green? They did draft him.
They did draft him. I don't know a lot about Chaz Green. It'd be nice if, let's say, Lyle Collins, like I said, Pro Bowler at left guard, and let's say Chaz Green he gets his experience over the next 2 years behind Smith and Doug Free, and hey, plug him in at right tackle. I mean, he was a third-round pick, so obviously you believe he can start someday, and that's a good point by you. I completely forgot about Chaz Green. That's how much I thought of him. I know nothing about the guy. I mean, I hope he's good. I mean, he's a Cowboy, so I love him.
Yeah.
I mean, if he can sit for 2 years and start there, if Lyle Collins becomes a Pro Bowl left guard, great move. Absolutely great move.
Well, we'll find out. We definitely will find out.
One thing I want to touch on really quick, just to kind of nip it in the butt, there have been rumors about the Cowboys going after Matt Forte, and I pretty much Mike Fisher, might know is a Cowboy inside. He pretty much nipped that in the butt this morning on 105.3 The Fan. It's not It's not even being talked about. It's just some mom and pop site put it up and it got some buzz. So for you guys thinking about Matt Forte, it's not happening now. Lamar Miller from Miami is possible since they got Jay Ajayi. You know, Jay Ajayi, the boys that actually want the Cowboys to draft. They drafted him, so Lamar Miller may be on a trading block. We can get him a lot cheaper than we can get Adrian Peterson and Matt Forte. But just let everybody know, Matt Forte he's not leaving Chicago. So it's good news for Rise and Grind. You know, he lives in Chirac.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I think the trade could still happen with Adrian Peterson.
I think it still can. I just the longer it goes on, I mean, it's seeming less and less likely. I'm giving it like a 10% chance at this point.
Shit, 10% chance is good for me.
Good enough.
Good enough for me.
But just to jump around a little bit, Tom Brady. You got any feels about this Tom Brady? It's coming out that he has his appeal with Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell had a choice between him, an outside arbiter, or I forgot the other option, but he chose himself as to be the person who hears Tom Brady's appeal, and the Patriots are already upset about that because they say like Roger Goodell is biased because he's the one who levied the suspension.
Right.
I mean, and according to sources, people are saying that Tom Brady's legal team is saying he's going to get off scot-free. What do you think? You think he's going to keep being suspended 4 games? Is it going to be 2? Or do you think the NFL will continue to turn a blind eye and let him do what he wants to do and continue to cheat like the Patriots have been cheating for the past 6 or 7 years?
Right. All right. I did do an article on the official WeGameHere.com about the suspension. I didn't personally think that he would have been suspended because of, you know, he's the darling boy of the NFL. And in the Wells report, it said, you know, he should have known. Probably it was
generally
you know,
aware.
right.
More probable than not, he was generally aware.
Yeah, you know, but there's still, you know, it's still not a fact. You know, it's like, well, you know, I saw him might have wearing a red shirt or something, but you know, I'm not sure. You know, it's still not, you know, 100% fact. You know, and then they said Tom Brady mostly got the suspension because they said he wasn't being cooperative with the investigation. So with all that, I didn't think that he would have been suspended, but when I heard that he got 4 games, you know, of course, he's playing the Cowboys the 5th game, but 1 game is the bye week, so the 4th game played will be against the Cowboys. And now that, you know, of course, with the players, you know, they go through the appeals, and once I heard that Roger Goodell would be the guy to go, you know, that they will be fighting this appeal with, or be talking to, I feel like, you know, the Cowboys aren't that lucky to have the Patriots week 5 without Tom Brady. And so I feel like now that the suspension will be reduced. I think it just seems like I haven't really seen, unless it's like a substance abuse, I really don't see like suspensions really being upheld to their full terms that they get suspended for. So I think it's gonna get reduced though.
It's a different case. This is somebody smoking weed and somebody actually messing with the integrity of the game are 2 different things. You know what I'm saying? This is the first. I mean, somebody smoking weed doesn't affect the game as if somebody doing something to the ball that's not supposed to be done, or somebody, you know, paying somebody else to do something. I mean, this actually messes with the integrity of the game.
Yeah, but you know, as you know, word around the NFL and through the sites and all this stuff is that, you know, all the teams just did it, and I just feel like, honestly, I felt like if the Colts wasn't getting their ass whooped that game, it wouldn't even have been an issue. If the game was more close, if the Colts were winning, I don't even think anybody would have been like, hey, look at the football. It feels different. That's just my honest opinion. But I feel like, but it's still not. It's just saying that he should have been aware of it. I mean, I don't. All right, I can't talk for Tom Brady, but to say that Tom Brady is he has a lot of cheater scandal type around his name ever since with Spygate and the Tuck rule, even though that Tuck rule wasn't his fault, but with stuff like that, you already assume Tom Brady is a cheater, and I feel like the deflated football thing wasn't. It wasn't even like it was the Super Bowl though, right? It's against the Colts. It was a regular season game at that, wasn't it? It wasn't
Yeah.
yeah, it was a regular season game. It wasn't. I don't know. I mean, if he got caught red-handed, then yes. But he didn't. Everybody does a little bit something that they shouldn't be doing that messes with the integrity of the game. Everybody finds that little crack where they can get that little advantage. And I feel like unless he got caught red-handed talking to a ball boy or the guy, the trainer, the equipment trainers or whatever, management, whatever they are called, if he got caught red-handed with them, then I feel like the suspension should stick, and he should be probably suspended for the whole 16 games.
I'm with that, man. I think the biggest thing that could come out is if supposedly Roger Goodell is supposed to interview those two equipment guys. So I mean, if those guys come out and they interview with Roger Goodell, says, yeah, he made us do it. I mean, I think that's all he's going to need. The NFL is not like the U.S. justice system where he had to have 100% proof. The burden of proof has to be undeniable. The NFL doesn't go like that. The NFL just needs enough to suspend you. So I think if those guys come out and they talk to Goodell and say, "Yep, he made us do it," I think that's it. I don't think that it's done for him.
Yeah, that I mean, if that's enough for the NFL, I mean, it's still hearsay. They can be covering their ass too.
I mean, they got nothing to lose. They got fired. What they got to lose at this point? They got fired for helping out this quarterback cheat, and he doesn't get in trouble. If I got fired, let's say you was the quarterback at Dallas Cowboys, and you told me to adjust some cleats or some shit, do something illegal, and I got fired, and you didn't pay me off, oh, believe me, your ass going under the bus, dog. Jay, your ass ain't gonna ever play again. I'm make sure of that shit. They got fired. They should be up his ass.
But I'm only missing, what, 4 games?
Yeah, and that ain't no job. My babies can't eat because I'm cheating.
After it. So, I mean, if that's enough for you, I mean, if you feel like, if you could have got me suspended for, a whole season and prove it, then, I probably would have paid you off a little bit real quick, but if not, I'll let you run your mouth.
I'm surprised these guys didn't pull a Greg Hardy's girlfriend. Remember when it came down, they needed to talk to her. Remember she was gone, like he paid off, and she was like, you couldn't reach. I'm surprised these guys aren't unreachable. I'm surprised the Patriots and Robert Kraft been like, all right, dude, they go a check, you go $1 million a piece, disappear. I'm surprised that they haven't disappeared. That lets me know that these dudes are probably, if they're talking to Goodell, they're pissed and they snitching.
They're snitching. Yeah, they're definitely snitching. But I feel like, the Patriots or Brady wouldn't even take that risk. Be like, look, see, they did try to pay me off. Because if they're already snitching, ain't no way in hell. They would have snitched anyway.
True enough. All right, man. You got anything else before we get the ski daddling?
Nah, man. I'm good, man. I mean, this was a great show. We got a lot of information out. I just want to shout out Kelvin Brennan. He's always in the comment section. Yeah, and he definitely. I guess it's the timing, but we definitely got to get him on the show one time and hear his thoughts live and whatnot. That would be great. So Kelvin, if you're hearing it, just reach out to us. Just tell us the time. We'll try to work around your schedule, and get you on the show.
Yeah, that'd be dope, man. Get him on a live show, man. That'd be great, man. Cause he, like I said, he's been holding that podcast down since day one. He's a big time Cowboys fan. He's about as passionate as we are.
Right.
As fan goes. So I mean, much respect to Calvin, man, and I can't wait to get him on.
Definitely, man. So I guess that's it, man. And this is King Dre for the win. And we're signing out from the official WeGameHere.com. Make sure to definitely check that website out. And go Cowboys.
Yeah, buddy. Peace out.